Hello to my beautiful collectives out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast for July 2026. We have made it to half the year just about now, and things are starting to heat up and accelerate as well. So before we get into the personal forecasts, I just want to share with you the upcoming events that are happening for us this month. We have a new moon in the sign of Cancer, and this is happening on July the 14th at 21 degrees. Okay? And we also have Mercury in the sign of Cancer, retrograde, but it will be turning direct on the 23rd, and it'll be in its shadow for another week before it is fully direct. Okay, so we have the lunar nodes that are now in Pisces, on the Pisces Virgo axis, shifting to the Aquarius Leo axis. Okay, and this is a big deal. There's a lot happening with Pluto and Aquarius now, and not only with the North Nodes, but during this month, Pluto will conjunct the full moon, and that's in Aquarius, happening on the 29th. Okay, so this is like fated karmic energy that is going to be changing us in some way, with it being in Aquarius and Leo. It's about being or offering more to things that are bigger than who you are, as opposed to Leo is about self, okay, and doing all the things for me kind of energy. But this is some impactful energy that is going to change humanity. There is a transformation that is taking place. And for each of you, this will be happening in a place in your chart where Aquarius sits. Okay? And wherever Aquarius sits, Leo is in opposition 180 degrees from that. So it's going to be affecting Aquarius and Leo. But this is going to be some good change for all of the fixed signs: Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. And this is going to be for the next 18 months that the shine is going to be on these fixed signs. Okay, so be ready so you don't have to get ready. All right, so now we have I did mention Mercury, turning direct, but while Mercury is in retrograde, this is a good time to turn inward and correct or revise, reevaluate what we feel is ready to be released, because this lunation that's coming up on with the full moon and the conjunction with Pluto is a part of that process of letting go of things. Now, this new moon in Cancer on the 14th is setting us up for giving us the opportunity to redefine, home and belonging, our tribe, and connect with our feelings of inner security that comes from within. So you have to be secure within yourself. And this has to do with resetting our central nervous system, okay? And this process happens when we allow ourselves to experience the fear and the pain so we can let go of it. And once we see, feel, and understand what those triggers are or overstand, that's when we can take our power back from those old patterns that we've been bound to, let go of old contracts, vows, oaths, bonds that no longer serve us. So this is this new moon energy starting to set us up for what we need to look at and start to work on so that at the full moon we can start to release, and this energy will stay around for 6 months. But all of this is a process to get us to the next, stage in our own personal evolution. But not only that, the evolution of the collective societies. Okay? So, now that I've given you the overview, let's get into the forecast. So I will see you on the other side. Hello to my beautiful Capricorn risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast for July 2026. Now, I did an introduction giving an overview of what this month has to share with us. So take a look at that, because I'm only going to discuss a few highlights here going forward, and then we'll move right into the forecast. Okay, so let's get started. This month there is a new moon in Cancer, July 14th. Mercury turns direct in Cancer on July 23rd. The lunar nodes will shift from Pisces Virgo axis to Aquarius Leo axis. Okay, and that'll happen on the 26th. Then there is a full moon in Aquarius on the 29th. And Pluto will conjunct the North Node because the nodes changed to Aquarius, right? Okay, so on the 3rd of July, we have a square between Jupiter in Leo and Chiron in Taurus. Now, squares are that push-pull energy that, brings about things that we need to grow into. So with Chiron in Taurus, somewhere hidden is a wound that's been covered. But Chiron is here to uncover some of that and help you heal that part of yourself. Okay, and that's what this square is about. Jupiter in Leo squaring Chiron in Taurus. And it's happening in your 8th house and your 5th house. Your 8th house is the house of death, transformation, other people's money, shared finances, your psychic ability, your intuitive nature, your psychological makeup, loans, debts, inheritances, taxes, banking. That type of information is all in this 8th house. Okay? Now, your 5th house is your house of romance, creativity, playfulness, hobbies, children, and your inner child. All right. So here, with this square, you may feel pushed to take bigger emotional, financial, or relational risks. But old fears about not being enough can get activated at the same time. And you may hesitate to be visible, playful, or unapologetically expressive. Shared memory, no, shared money or intimacy may bring up questions of trust, control, and vulnerability. All right, on the 4th, we have Mars in Gemini conjuncting Uranus. Now, Mars, this is happening in your 6th house of daily routine, your health, being of service, and your work environment. So Mars is an action energy. Mars is the god of war, okay? So he will stir up some stuff, all right? Just that's what happens. So conjuncting Uranus, Uranus wants freedom, not control. And it's an electric energy, and it will change something in an instant, quick, fast, and it's there. So here, again, Uranus is about freedom, okay? And the power to the people. So here you may experience sudden changes at work, such as fast, unexpected shifts in jobs, projects, or responsibilities. Impulsive decisions or breakthroughs that alter your day-to-day duties. You have a burst of energy, quick thinking, and ideas for creative fixes. You may show an interest in new tools, techs, or shortcuts to increase efficiency. You have an increase in physical restlessness, nervous tension, and a greater risk of minor injuries, overwork, or burnout if you act recklessly. Okay, so just beware. On the 9th, Venus moves to Virgo. And that's happening in your 9th house of your belief system, your religion, spirituality, other languages, other cultures, long distance travel, philosophy, teaching, higher education, and publishing. So it's in the sign of Venus, of practical sign, a sign of, perfection and precision. So you may have an attraction for teachings that are precise, useful, and well structured. Philosophy and spiritual practices are appropriate with critical care. You may be drawn to partners or friends who broaden your mind. Often someone who is cultured, educated, or foreign, but your style of attraction is modest, helpful, and practical. On the 20th, we have Jupiter in Leo, a trine between Jupiter in Leo and Neptune in Aries, happening in your 8th house and your 4th house. Now, trines are good vibes. It's been said that these are gifts from God, something good that just falls in your lap. Great. So the 8th house, again, is about death, transformation, other people's money, shared finances, your intuitive, impulsive, psychic energy, psychological issues, debt, taxes, inheritances. And your fourth house is about your private life, your physical home, your your family, your ancestry, the history of your lineage, real estate as well. So you may experience a deeper bonding in close relationships around vulnerability, secrets, or shared finances. You may feel more ease around home and family matters with a stronger desire for comfort, peace, and emotional refuge. Your intuition, creativity, and receptivity are heightened. There's a possibility for generous support, which may come through partners, family, loans, or inherited shared assets. You can also over idealize financial or emotional situations. So, that's something you have to be careful of with Neptune as well as with Jupiter. Okay, the sun enters Leo in the eighth house on the 22nd. So during this transit, your intimacy and vulnerability are more important. Your financial obligations need more attention now. You may feel a stronger urge to face your fears, release control, or undergo personal change. Emotional truths may surface, hidden dynamics are exposed, or a push to renegotiate trust and boundaries are likely. Okay? So on the 26th, we have the nodal axis shift from Pisces North, Virgo South to Aquarius North, Leo South. And this is happening in your second house and your eighth house for the next 18 months. Okay, so the full moon is in your second house of finances, self-worth, your values, your possessions, how you make your money. So this full moon in Aquarius, you may receive the payment bonus or an offer that clarifies your financial direction, or you decide to close a money-related chapter such as selling possessions or canceling a subscription. A conversation about money or inheritance comes to a head, revealing underlying emotional beliefs about worth or security. Now, Pluto will conjunct the North Node in the second house as well. So this is fated energy. This is transforming energy that's happening for you, Capricorn. Expect sudden clarity or releases that push no, or a release that pushes you towards new ways of earning, valuing yourself, and aligning your possessions and income with your future path. This is a fated activation that points you towards what you meant to develop, what you're meant to develop next, okay? And that includes new skills, income sources, or values, rather than repeating old security patterns. Okay, so Capricorn rising, this is your forecast for July 2026. And until next time, bye for now.